Good evening, fellow thieves. My name is Solaito, and today I will teach you how to build and execute the edge saw jump. If you haven't seen my previous video on how to execute the jump of fate, I definitely recommend you watching that one first, because in essence the edge saw jump is an upgraded and better version of the jump of fate. So let's get started. As you can see right now on the screen, this is how to solve the edge saw jump. It looks really easy, but it's a lot harder than it seems. But before we can execute an edge saw jump, we will first need to learn how to recognize it. So basically, you need a setup which more or less looks like what you can see right now on the screen. You have a platform with on the edge a saw, and on the other side of the saw and the platform you have a wall of at least 4 spaces. This is the easier version of the edge saw jump. In a minute I will show you the hard version. So in order to execute the edge saw jump, you need to follow the white line on the screen. So you start off by jumping against the opposing wall, you jump back to the platform, you jump back to the opposing wall, you slide down a bit, and you jump back to the platform right on the edge. You make the final jump, now you're on the opposing wall and you jump against the ceiling. By jumping against the ceiling you will drop down and you will fall right upon the platform edge. If you jump once again, you will go right over the saw. So let's watch again. So you start off by jumping against the opposing wall, you jump back to the platform, back to the opposing wall, you slide down a bit, and you jump back onto the edge of the platform. You jump against the opposing wall, you jump again against the ceiling, you fall down on the edge of the platform, and you jump right over the saw. There are actually many variants upon the edge saw jump, and I can't show you all of them because I just can't implement them all in my base. But I'll show you one other version, which in my opinion is a little bit harder. As you can see right now, this is how to solve the second version of the edge saw jump. This version of the edge saw jump is different from the previous one because we have no longer a 4-piece opposing wall. Our opposing wall only consists of 2 pieces, and therefore we can no longer abuse the sliding down tactic to get in perfect position. Therefore you need to get in position right away, and you only get one chance to do it. I tried many times in order to find out when exactly you had to jump, and basically you have to jump up, get into the highest point as possible, then drop down a millimeter of a millimeter, like a micrometer, and then you jump again against the opposing wall, you jump against the ceiling, and you will go right over the saw. Getting down this timing is a lot more difficult than with the previous version, because right now if you mess up, you immediately land up against the saw. You only have one try to get it down correctly. Let's watch again to see how to execute this jump. So you start off by going to the corner, you wait there, you jump up and you try to reach the highest point as possible. You slide down a millimeter, you jump against the opposing wall, you jump against the ceiling, and you will land right upon the edge of the saw, and then you jump over the saw to reach the chest. So guys, those are 2 ways to implement the edge saw jump. But keep in mind, there are more variations upon this jump which are actually a lot harder. Sadly enough, I can't show you them, but these should be able to give your dungeon an extra layer of protection. In my opinion, an edge saw jump is highly effective in taking down thieves single-handedly. You can make these jumps a lot harder by implementing other traps so that they have to land it perfectly. Especially the first variation I showed you is easier than the second one, because with the first one you can have as many tries as you want. You can keep on jumping back and forth up until you get the perfect timing. While with the second version I showed you, you need to get it down right away or you are screwed. So if you decide to implement the first version of the edge saw jump, I would also recommend putting a cannon, red guard, fly or whatever to have like an extra source of pressure upon the raiding thief. So guys, if you'd like this episode, definitely give the thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to get updated on future King of Thieves content. If you have any questions, suggestions or whatsoever, put them below in the comments. See you next time and keep on raiding those dungeons.